Aspheric TV, and this is the morning newspaper briefing. My name is Dabiru Gift. This is the program where we bring you front pages of Nigerian dailies, and later on in the program we get to discuss some of the headlines that this newspaper has brought about. Starting off with the Nation newspaper, it says here, "I will leave a secured country," Buhari assures Nigerians. President confers national honors on 443 Nigerians, 7 foreigners. IMF cuts Nigeria's economic growth to 3.2%. Strike, how House of Reps brokered truce between federal government and ASU. Lagos gets approval for Lekki Airport. Sanwo-Olu lords federal government. Oyo Assembly kicks over EFCC's invitation to members. Why I am yet to release manifesto by Obi Dangote or Bajana cement properly acquired. The Daily Trust newspaper says national honors not for decoration, Buhari tells recipients. How awardees were selected. Recognition, a call to duty, Lawan. 14 days after, Tinubu, Obi, Kwankwaso yet to commence campaigns. ASU to decide on strike tomorrow. IMF says more than a third of world economies to contract in 2023. Cholera kills 233 in 31 states as 173 die of Lassa fever. We followed due process in acquiring Obajana cement plant, Dangote. Lagos gets FG's nod to build airports in Lekki. The Punch newspaper says presidential fleet funding rises to 81 billion naira under Buhari. President fails to uphold pledge to reduce aircraft. Budgets for ASO Villa refreshments jump to 2 billion naira. Nigeria over borrowing to fund non-essential items. Dons. Nation building requires sacrifice, Buhari tells 450 honorees. Lagos developer defrauds 200 house seekers. Victims blame police. Osinachi's husband abused her. Singer's ex-employees tell courts. Flood killed 500, injured 1,546, says federal government. ASU awaits Buhari on no work, no pay. Holds NEC meeting. FG approves Lekki Epe Airports, projects 5 million passengers. Obi unveils campaign team today. Ohanize lords Afenifere. The Nigerian Tribune says how Nigerian doctors, other foreigners are exploited in UK. BBC reports. Also, I'll hand over a Nigeria free of insecurity, Buhari. Wike appoints 14,000 advisors, 359 liaison officers. Crude oil theft, Clark calls for judicial inquiry, says military complicit. Kidnapping, banditry, reasons state security outfits must be armed, Afenifere. The Guardian newspaper says honors, Buhari decorates Lawan, Okonjo-Iweala, UN scribe, others. Stop blame games campaign with Buhari's records, PDP tells ruling party. Lagos receives approval for Lekki Airport, commits to capacity building. How military corrupt NNPC officials, others steal Nigeria's oil wealth by Clark. Buhari confers national honors on Flutterwave CEO, others. Obi in national movement, Ohanize declares. IMF downgrades Nigeria's growth, prospects and pessimism tension. The Daily Independent, it says here APC, PDP trade words over Atiku Tinubu's candidacies. We reject proxy presidents who missed peace accord signing, Ologunaba. Atiku is a general who usually abandons his troops, Afebwa. Prepare for more floods, Nimet tells Nigerians. Reps probe fund disbursements to states. LGs by RMAFC. Airstrike kills terror kingpin Ali Dogo foot soldiers in Kaduna. PDP crisis, it's sheer arrogance to ignore Wike, Makinde, 3 others. This day newspaper says Buhari citizens who contribute to national development deserve to be appreciated. Floods, 500 confirmed dead, 45,000 houses destroyed, 70,000 hectares farmlands submerged nationwide. FG issues Lagos approval letter on proposed Lekki-Epe International Airport. Those are the newspapers we have this morning. Please stay with us. We'll be back after this break. Welcome back. I have Mr. Mustafa Abdul Malik with me in the studio. Good morning, sir. Welcome on the program.
Good morning.
Let's talk about insecurity. It was in the papers yesterday, and it's still in the papers today. The Kaduna, some terrorists, basically, the NAF killed some of them, foot soldiers, and then some of them were bombed. What are your thoughts on these developments in the security sector?
Well, I would like to discuss that in lieu of what the president said yesterday. President Muhammadu Buhari said he's going to leave a secure nation when he's leaving power by May next year. Well, that is a kind of a promise whereby he made. And then in the last, let me say in the last 72 hours, we have seen a concerted effort by the Nigerian Air Force to bomb the terrorists in their hideout in Kaduna State. Apart from Kaduna State, there are some other states within the northwest region that are being plagued by this scourge of banditry. You have a situation in Zamfara, Katsina, which is the home state of the Mr. President himself, that is being plagued by this same scourge of bandits. Well, the effort by the military is commendable. However, we just have to tell ourselves the truth that look, a lot need to be done, because in the last 48 hours, we have seen a viral video from Zamfara State whereby some girls, where those girls were said to be daughters of a former accountant general of the Zamfara State, whereby they are being held captive for the past 182 days. They are still held under captive by their captors. This is just one. And we have that scenario in some other places. Even within the Zamfara, a lot of people are being held captive. Up to now, we don't know whether they are going to secure their freedom or whether they are coming out alive or not. We don't know about it. What we are now seeing is that we have a situation whereby rogues, non-state actors have become lost within themselves, whereby they will just get up, go to a particular village or by the express or anywhere and just ransack and pack people and just hold them to ransom and said, okay, until you give us money, otherwise we are not going to be free. That is the situation in Zamfara, whereby we have seen this video of these girls. That's just one. There are so many places just like that too. It's a terrible thing whereby we said, okay, this is a country whereby we have law enforcement agencies, we have police, we have DSS, we have military, and then you have some band of terrorists now holding everybody to the jugular. It's uncalled for. But like President Muhammadu Buhari said now that look, he's going to leave a secure nation. Gifts. The question is this. Like my people will say, the site that will take its owner to the night, it must start stealing from the morning. So if President Buhari is telling us that look, he's going to leave a secure nation come May next year, the May next year may think that is far out. It's not too far anymore. It's just around the corner. Very soon we are going to start the electioneering campaign, and you now see that from now to December it will be over, and from December to January, February is election period and all like that. So a lot of things need to be done to have a secured nation. Otherwise, from what we are seeing now, we are far from that.
Moving on at the event where the president actually made that speech and that statement, some Nigerians were conferred with national honors yesterday alongside 7 foreigners. some have come out to say that some of these people are not deserving of such honors that were given to them. So I want to know your thoughts on this.
Well, national honor is not Nigerians thing alone. I think it's a worldwide thing whereby countries will now decide to give a merit award to who the people that distinguish themselves within a particular sphere in the national life. Well, in our case here, we are seeing traditional rulers, we are seeing lawmakers, we are seeing politicians, we are seeing all manner of people, apart from very few persons that we said, okay, they have distinguished themselves within their career. To say, okay, for instance, you have the chaps behind the floater wave, whereby these are young entrepreneurs. You now discover that the president now give him an award because of what? You've seen that being an entrepreneur, whereby a young man has evolved from being an individual to be an employer of labor, whereby he has a lot of persons under within his payroll. He has created that a world brand technology, whereby it's a payment system, whereby it's a worldwide thing. So, well, it's commendable. Some people, they have distinguished themselves, while Nigerians are there. It's up to Nigerians to now decide to say, okay, this particular award that is being given to this person, it doesn't deserve it. Whether we like it or not, somewhere along the line, they must have played some certain role before they are being deemed worthy for the award. It's not within our own purview to now start scrutinizing to say, okay, this traditional ruler, this particular person, that woman or this woman doesn't deserve it. Well, we wish them the best. They have already been selected and they have been given the award. Congratulations to them.
Wike is in the news again this morning, and this is a little bit away from the PDP crisis. Wike has said to have appointed 14,000 advisors, 359 liaison officers. I want to know your thoughts, because there have been interesting conversations about this making rounds all over the place, social media and different places. What are your thoughts?
Well, to some extent, to me, I would see it more or less like creating a job for his supporters, because he's a politician. Whether we like it or not, we can't take it away from him that he's a politician. For some time, the Rivers people, they have been accusing him, saying, okay, he has been doing projects here and there, the so-called flyover in around Port Harcourt and road here and there, that he did not create employment. Well, to me, that is his own way of creating an employment now. You understand that governance doesn't stop in only one aspect. Right now, he has been able to say, okay, 14,000 people have given you as a special advisor, special advisor this or special advisor that. It's now left for them now to perform their work and prove their worth. He has given them the employment. Well, I pray that employment, it shouldn't be like an ad hoc employment. It should be something of a permanent employment, whereby by the time he is no more in the office again, the employment should remain. That is what we want. We don't want a situation whereby an ad hoc employment, whereby you now said, okay, after 3 months, 4 months, you are being booted out. No, you understand? It's rather creating more problems. So instead of that, we should just give him kudos for that.
Also, in, should I say, optimistic news this morning, Lagos State gets approval for building an airport in Lekki. What are your thoughts on this development?
That is, Lagos, if you look at it very well, Lagos is operating more or less like a country within a country. That is what it means. This is, apart from this airport in around the Lekki Abuja axis, you now see there is a Lekki deep sea, which is around that side too. Then there are a lot. Lagos has proven itself to be how an autonomous state should be within a federating unit. Well, we commend them. We commend the federal government too for the approval, because for a very long time, right from Fashola time, they have been trying to to come up with that particular project, which has not seen the light. But now the federal minister of aviation has given the approval for that. we commend them because whatever thing Lagos decide to embark on, I believe that they can do it very well. Because if you look at it now, out of the 36 states of the federation, it's only Lagos now that has a robust internally generated revenue whereby they can on their own operate without the support of the federal government, and that is commendable. Or we pray other states too should emulate Lagos State, whereby although we are not expecting other states to be like Lagos State, because in terms of revenue base, others can never be like Lagos, but they can put in all effort to make sure that they have that a robust internally generated revenue, whereby they must prove to say, okay, without the federation account, we can operate on our own, and that is exactly what Lagos State government is doing.
Let's look at that from a different angle now, a political angle.
Yeah.
Do you maybe perhaps suspect this as a campaign strategy, especially for the ruling party, seeing that Lagos State, a lot of people there are supporters of the ruling party? We saw in recent times the governor of Lagos State increased workers' salaries, and now we are seeing this development again. Is this some sort of, do you suspect this to be some sort of political strategy?
Well, we can't rule it out because we are in a political era whereby everything that's everything, including the food that people eat now, it's more or less like politics too. Because if I decide to say, okay, we are now in a political era whereby if I decide to say, okay, gift, take this. Tomorrow now, by the time you take that from me, tomorrow you wait to see what the next step I will take. And that is exactly what is happening now. Governor Sanwo-Olu is someone that people have been criticizing him for not measuring up to the previous administration in the state. He has not been able to, based on what the people have been saying. But this time around, he's not like coming out to say, okay, I'm coming out with this, and they have gotten the approval from the federal government. Federal government too, don't forget that both of them are APC or ruling party. So, well, let's see how it goes. Whether it's politics or not politics, at the end of the day, the beneficiary will become the people and the state itself.
Thanks for watching. That's about it for today. Thank you for joining me, Mr. Mustafa. My name is Dabur Gifts. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Aspheric TV on YouTube. Also follow us on all of our social media platforms. On Instagram and Twitter, we are Aspheric News, and on Facebook, we are official Aspheric News. You can also visit our website, www.asphericnews.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.